So which one seed will get knocked out of the NCAA tournament first? And before I answer that question, this year in college basketball, there is so much parity where the margin between a 3, a 4, a 5 seed and a 1 seed is not that great. So I think this is going to be a wild March. There's more teams than ever that can make the Final Four than I can remember in recent history. So buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride. But to answer the question, which 1 seed will lose first? I think you have to base that off a matchup instead of who's the weakest 1 seed. Because I think Kansas is the weakest 1 seed. They just lost to Texas 2 times in the span of a week. And they lost by a decent margin. Their big man is 6'7", so undersized teams will be able to compete with Kansas. But I like their path to the Final Four. I think they take care of the 8-9, Arkansas or Illinois, 2 really talented teams, but they just don't mesh well. I know Arkansas has been a little bit hurt, but they have all the talent in the world, but they don't piece it all together. And then in the Sweet 16, they're UConn or St. Mary's. I like them to beat either of those 2 teams. So I think they have a good chance to make the Final Four again. Houston, they are ferocious defensively. They are a bunch of dogs. Marcus Sasser's the head of the snake. They have a top 10 draft pick down low. I think Houston is the real deal. Their defense is just suffocating. So Houston's really good, and they can make a Final Four, but they can also lose in the round of 32. I don't think they'll be the first 1 seed to lose. I would be stunned if they lose in round 32. I have them going down to the wire against Indiana. I think that's a toss-up, but I'll give the edge to Houston. I think Houston will probably make at least the Elite 8. And then you look at Alabama, they have an easy path, an easier path than even Kansas. The 8-9 is Maryland, West Virginia, and then I don't think the 4 or 5 might not even play each other. Furman has a good chance of being Virginia, I think. Charleston has a good chance of being San Diego State, and whoever plays Alabama in the Sweet 16, I like Alabama to win that. And then if they meet Arizona in the Elite 8, Arizona has a ton of talent too, but they make a ton of mistakes, a ton of mental mistakes as they play. So Alabama probably has the easiest route to the Final Four alongside Kansas. The team with the hardest path to the Final Four is Purdue, and they're the team I think is most likely to lose early in the NCAA tournament. I like Purdue. I'm a Purdue fan. I think Matt Painter is a great coach. He deserves to go to the Final Four. This team really meshes well together, but they got a terrible draw playing potentially Memphis in the round of 32, potentially Duke, one of the hottest teams with all the top 10, top 20 prospects in the world on their roster in the Sweet 16. I think Purdue has the roughest round of 32 and Sweet 16 matchups. If they get past that, I like their chances to win in the Elite 8 against Marquette, Michigan State, Kentucky, whoever is there, Kansas State. So, but I think if I was a betting man, I would say Purdue is the most likely to lose early just because they got a terrible draw. I really like Alabama's draw. I like Kansas's draw. Houston has a decent one. But yeah, Purdue got shafted. They got shafted by the NCAA tournament committee. With everything that's been going on with Alabama, I wish they were the ones who had the horrible, tough path to the Final Four instead of Purdue. But that's the way it goes. In March, you got to be good teams to go on a run. That's just the way it is. So, yeah, Purdue is my pick to be the first 1 seed to lose. I hope I'm wrong, but that's all I got for you. Thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more college basketball content. I'll be doing a lot more March Madness stuff, so stay tuned, and thank you for making it to the end of the video.